have any stake, who do not have any connection to my community beyond me being on the show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to tell me how to talk to our diverse audience as we sit on a diverse panel? How are you telling me what we should talk about? And how are you basing that? What are you basing that on? And I think that the most effective thing they could have done was to say, we know that that's not our bag. So let's defer to the group, not one person, the group. Let's defer to the group and let's make this a team conversation. And I think, you know, they've been on the show for 6.5 years. You know what I'm saying? So for them, they've been there. They got their own dynamic. But I wanted to be a part of a team conversation that was genuinely rooted in speaking to the diverse community of women that support this nation. And I didn't feel like I could do that honestly there.
Do you
I also didn't like that I had to be serious all the goddamn time. I'm fun.
Right. So here's my secondary question. Do you feel that if you stayed and you took that popularity and then you stepped outside of that show and said what you wanted to say and did what you wanted to do you think it would have had a bigger impact than leaving?
Yeah, I think it would have had a bigger impact on my sanity, which ultimately is the most important element to being effective for change. If I don't feel good, I can't make the world feel better. I mean, I talked about it on the Breakfast Club. I went through a full-ass nervous breakdown there. And I'm not going to blame it solely on them, but it was a tipping point. And it was like, I can't, I worked really, really hard. And there was a time in my life where I didn't have the luxury of staying somewhere that didn't feel good. I had to stay at certain jobs because I needed the check, you know, like I needed to support myself. I needed to be able to function. So all of us have, I don't know nobody that hasn't been in that situation before, but I had reached a point in my development and in my career where I could walk away. And it was like, you know what? Don't stay here and torture yourself. Not for no fame, not for, not for access. I got access. People fuck with me. You know, it's not about how many people fuck with you. It's who fucks with you. You know, and so, you know what I'm saying? And like, when I got old heads and legends and icons hitting me up, like, keep going, I'm good. When I got the people that influenced me to be this way, telling me, good job, you know, you're carrying the torch, I'm like, I'm good. And I know that these ancestors and whatnot, they got me. I be having to remind myself on them bad days, but they got me. And so for what it's worth, like, I'm going to keep doing me. When I was Amanda Diva and I changed my name to Amanda Seals, people were like, how? You know, they were like, how are you going to, that's your brand. My brand is good work.
Every day, just working hard every day. Working hard every day.
That's my brand.
When did you know that, because you said you had a nervous breakdown, when did you feel it coming on? Was it was it just over time, or it was just like one thing that just said, oh, and it just brought it all on?
It was over time. It's like when you turn on a spout that hasn't been turned on in like the tap, and it's like
right.
It's like that. So there would be different scenarios that would be a little spout, and it'd be like maybe not a nervous breakdown, but like a nervous, you know. And I had like those little moments, and I've talked about that on the Breakfast Club before. And then I just started crying. And I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop, you know. And I just had dark thoughts that I had never had before. And I was like, and I'm fortunate because I don't have a chemical imbalance, and I hadn't reached a level of despair where I had no bottom. But damn, are you gonna make me cry?
No, I'm not here. Listen.
I feel it coming right now, and I'm like, God.
If you gotta do it, go on and do what you want.
I just want to talk to folks because
Tiana.
the reason I never give up on Black folks, even when I feel like folks be coming at me crazy, is because we have dealt with so much trauma, and we don't. It's like it's OD. Like, we have dealt with so much trauma, and we don't know how to deal with it.
Hold on, people. Just hold on. Hold on, people.
Like, see,
hold on, I can't see you yet. Just wait. Oh, hold on. Amanda Shields, whatever happened, she got taken off. Yeah, yes, Tiana.
One of my friends sent me a screenshot. I was like, "Isn't that your dad?"
Hold on. Right now? Okay, so hold on, people. Hold on 1 second. We're just waiting to see if Amanda is going to come back. For some reason, it went. Yeah, if for some reason it went off, so just give me a second, because there's still people on here. Listen, people, every night we do interviews here, 6 p.m. Interviews, nonsense, question of the day, all of that. So make sure you follow me so that you will know who's up tomorrow. Tomorrow is supposed to be Master P. That might change, but during the rest of the week, we're going to have Ralph Tresvant, Method Man, and more. So just make sure that you definitely sign up and get with us. Let's see here. Let me see here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. My fault. Yeah, I'm sorry. Pardon me. Let me grab her back. Let's see here. I'm waiting for you to come back on. I did have the comments off because I wanted people to just hear what you were saying. Request to be in my live. Jump out and request to be in my live, and we'll get right back to it. Hold on 1 second here. There we go. Yeah, serious. It's serious shit. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So what I was saying was that we just been through. I'm not sure where I got. So I'm still paused?
No, you're good now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just feel like so few of us really know how to deal with the trauma that we faced. Like, we just don't. I mean, I can say that, and I'm somebody who I've been in therapy. Like, you know what I mean? I have access to that shit. But for what it's worth, like, so much of the slings and arrows that we throw at each other that keep us from being able to level each other up and support each other comes from the fact that we really have been fucked over, like, in a whole wild kind of way. And we had the tie that binds, we had that stripped from us. And so we find these ties in these other ways that oftentimes end up being violent. You know, it's like the tie that binds brothers to protect their block to life or death ends up causing them to kill other brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know where that tie comes from. I know the desire to want to be grounded in something and be about something and be and own something in a place that's always telling you that you ain't shit. So I understand the validity of that. But then it turns on itself when we carry out their plan by killing each other. You know, and I know, like, sisters, like, you know, whether it's the way that we just disregard each other, the willingness that we have to, like, pick each other apart to try and make ourselves feel better, you know, the unfortunate exchange we have between shame and grace. Like, we find our own grace in seeing other people feel shame. Like, that's bugged out. So I just see all of that, and I know that, like, our overcoming is, yes, it's about these white folks and this oppressive bullshit, but really, like, we got to overcome in here within ourselves. And I see a movement in that direction, like a
Okay,
movement
so
where we're fighting for our hearts and our souls the way we be fighting these other motherfuckers and each other.
100%, 100%. We have work to do. You know, I was talking and just off the beaten path. I was having a conversation with the Gossiping Heifers, and they had interviewed you before, and they told me go get her. And one of the things we were talking about is biracial people and why they're so militant. Why do you think biracial people are so militant? Like biracial people go harder than just straight black people. Colin Kaepernick, my friend Kim.
I'm not biracial.
What are you?
My mother is black and my father is black. My great grandfather is a white man that raped my great grandmother.
Ah, okay. So I cannot go there. I know, because here's the thing. For me, I noticed that people, because I always thought you were biracial. I always thought you were mixed. But look, here I am. I'm wrong. I might get another smack emoji to my face. I just, when I see people that I think are biracial.